Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is Finn, or yet another gaming fail, and today we're here with another DCS mission editor video. So, it's been a little while, but I've been focusing on getting everything set up so that we can run a new campaign through the mission editor. So, what will be different here? Well, I'm going to be making a series where we have missions that will roughly follow a kind of a set storyline, a set route, and that we'll be able to run through and enjoy bit by bit, and that you guys will be able to follow along with, maybe make your own campaign, and if you don't want to make your own campaign, then maybe, depending on what I do, you might want to indulge in, downloading this one. I haven't yet come up with how I'm going to upload it. I don't really want to put it on the user files, but I also don't really want to put it on my own Google Drive. So we'll have to find a nice middle ground, maybe a Dropbox or something. But yeah, so what I'll do, guys, let's get started. We're going to start by making a kind of like an intercept for troops coming in. Now, in all likelihood, if there was going to be a build-up, it would be along this big old red line. Now, this is a very rough line. I am not by any means suggesting that this is the actual border between Turkey and Greece on, Turkey and Cyprus on Cyprus itself. What I am saying, however, is that it's kind of following this line, and I mean, to be honest, I don't know if it's the road that it follows that that roughly outlines the border, but like I know that there's a DMZ across the country, so like a big walled off, well, maybe not walled off, but big fenced off area that is a bit tough to get past. And I don't know from zipping around here on the map. I certainly haven't been able to spot it yet, but that might just be me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of have a scout around. Now, if you remember my normal working processes for how I like to check out and see what's going on, is I like to just plonk down an Amtrak or something similar, so test, and then we're just gonna put down a vehicle here. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be armor, just an Amtrak there like that. And then what I like to do is I like to drag it around to places and see how they look. And then I think what we want to do is we want to kind of determine, number one, where we want our first bit of fighting to be, number two, what we want our first bit of fighting to be, and then, you know, like we can build the campaign from there. So we want to find some good spots. I don't want to fly too far from Akrotiri, because remember, we're flying an Apache, so about 30 miles, so that shouldn't be too far. I think me and Franchi have flown those kinds of distances pretty easily on that stuff before. I mean, maybe what we want to do is have a have a thing where we're going to take out air defense systems around these bridges, and then basically once we've taken them out, then yeah, that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Let's check out and see what these bridges are like. So I'm just going to hit fly mission, do a quick save there, and then we'll hit start. Now, of course, it's going to take a little while to load in the first time around, because obviously I've not really played this in a little while. But yeah, so hopefully you guys will be able to follow on and enjoy this kind of campaign that I'm building. Hopefully you'll be able to play it, and hopefully there'll be a few more videos coming up soon. I want to do some more flying. We'll find out and see how well that comes along. I want to come up with a different solution for recording, because OBS is not really very good at picking up stuff on VR. And I may move back to head tracking, but we'll have to see. So anyway, we're just gonna hit back, hit spectators, and then just hit F7 until we find our lads. Ah, of course, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot that we have the thing on there which the trigger which does the deactivation. So what we'll do is we'll just do like missile in zone on both of these. Do missile in zone. Where is it? Something around here. Missile in zone, and then new, and then missile in zone here for this one as well. Just a good way of making sure that everything's covered off. There we are. Okay, just save it and fly it again. This kind of stuff always happens when you're making missions. You make some quick mistake and then you're paying for it for the next 5 minutes because you're trying to figure out what the hell you've done. Right, so here we are. Just gonna hit F10 here and then click on this lad and hit F7. We've got a bridge there, and then we've got a bridge a little way up as well. So I think that's pretty good. And then yeah, I think basically, yeah, I think what we want to do is limit the ability for armor to cross over these kinds of small bridges here. I think that would be pretty cool. So what we'll do, let's get rid of that lad. Let's come and place in some units here. And let's start with, in fact, what we can start with is we can just delete this. And this is another bit where the great features of DCS can really come in handy. So let's scroll down. I'm going to go over to the kind of two boxes linked with a little line here on the left, which is the create and modify templates thing. Kind of come down to Turkey. There's nothing there. So what we'll do is we'll scroll up to Russia, and then we'll just quickly check out and see. Oh, do we want to go? I think SA6 probably, right? Like that. And then basically what we can do is you can just come off the template here and just have a look around. So we've got our launchers on the outside, and I think that's good. I think what we'll do is we'll plonk it here because that seems to be a good space there. So we're just going to hit save again here. We're not really worried about the orientation of it all yet. We'll we'll check that all out shortly. But I think basically we'll take out we'll attempt to take out this site as a single object, and then so let's just hit F6 here, F7 even. So yeah, we've got these lads. I mean, this looks pretty good. Got the scanning and tracking radar in the middle, some command units, some other stuff like that, and then some firefighting trucks as well. I think that is, or is that fuel? Is fuel, I think. So yeah, I think that works. So I think what we'll do next then is let's add in some stuff to really clean it up and make it look good. So we're going to come over to our statics here and place down a cow. The cow is not necessary. We're actually not going to keep it as a cow. We're going to do SA6 site statics. Like that, and we're just going to copy like that, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to scroll down to ground vehicles. I think ground vehicles has it, or no, sorry, we'll do structures, and then basically we want to find, let's have a look. It's going to be one of these FARP things, and it's going to be like a tent or a cover. I want to say it's like some kind of cover. I might have completely skipped over it there because I'm not paying attention. Canopy. Not that one. But something similar to canopy there. Let's see what we've got. Canopy 2, a bit small. I think it's a field hide. Fuel depot. Tents. Let's have a look. Definitely some kind of hide. I think ground vehicles it might be. Field hide. So that's the BFVG Harrier one, which I don't want to use. I want to use the other ones, the AM2. Here we are. Alright, so we've got a field hide here like this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure to rename this lad, which I have done there. Then I'm going to start orientating them to be correct for the direction that these guys are set up with. So we're going to just do like this, and then make sure that they're kind of in line like that, and then just copy, and then basically we're just going to paste and move them around like this till they're again orientated correctly like this, like that as well, and then like this here. Here we are. Just do the slight adjustments here on these, like that, and you can use the arrow keys to adjust these slightly. We're not gonna cover the radar, but we are gonna move these trucks out just a bit over here, and then we're gonna paste in Gonna do another one. We're gonna just have it facing inward by, let's go for like 230 or something like that, and then just set these guys up in here. We'll orientate them a little differently, and then just kind of pull these in a little bit like that. And then again, I think what we'll do is we'll bring these guys up, and then again we'll come in here, we'll paste this lad, we'll rotate it to be, say, like 130. That'd be pretty good, yeah, like that. And then get them all covered up in here, and then we'll get the fuel trucks covered up over like that. So let's just hit save here, quickly see how that looks. So I mean, like I say, now that we've got the template built, so if you saw, I got the ultimate mission editor template guide that I did a few weeks back now, and really it's just been pretty good. I think that'll do it. You know, I think that looks pretty good. What I might even do is put some mats down beneath some of these, and then get some more tents going on around them. I think that'd look really good. So what we'll do, we'll just come down to our first one over here. We're just going to copy this guy again, and we're just going to paste him in. We're going to make sure to, what we'll do, we'll come over here, and then we're going to do the mat, so AM2 mat, like this. And then let's just see, if we plonk the mat in like this, is it gonna do anything funky? Let's just hit fly now, and just see what the mats look like, because if the mats look good, I'll leave the mats in, you know. So let's have a look here. Alright, okay. And then we're just going to come over here and hit F7 on this guy. Okay, you can kind of see the mat. It does look a little wrong, so we're probably not going to keep that. But we can put some other stuff in there for sure, like some ammo boxes and things. And just thinking about making it look a little more, you know, kind of realistic, I guess. It's not going to have a GBU-12 trolley, but we might have like something along the lines of aircraft steps. We'll probably have something along the lines of like maybe we can get a tent like in. Maybe we shouldn't put a tent in there. But yeah, let's cut all that for the second, and what we'll do is we'll just go for we'll copy this guy, and then we'll start building like an encampment, and these guys can encamp over here. So we'll scroll, we'll come down to structures, and then we'll go down to FARP, and then we're going to look at the cylindrical tents, I think, because you can kind of pack them in, and then we're just going to really like pack them in like this. Like that there. And we're just going to spin them around. What I essentially want to have is something that's going to act as like a... in fact, we need to just quickly come back through and delete these, because we want to rename them first before we start copying them and pasting them around. And then like that. There we are. Like that here. Like this. Like this. Like this. Okay. Alright. That seems good to me. And then, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to just plonk in, I want to get some big barriers. So we've got the kind of the HESCO barriers or the concrete walls. I think we'll go for concrete walls first. We'll get the 90s in here, and then just rotate them vertically like this. Just make sure that that's all correct here, like that, and then perfect, we can just get that in there. And then what we can do is we can copy this 30 and paste him in like this, and then we can essentially do the same on the bottom like that. There, cool. And then I think what we'll want to do is maybe we'll move these a little wider, and then let's go to I've got a road outpost. Here we are, road outpost. We're just going to rotate it, and then get that in here like this. 180 like that. Cool. And then I think we might even have to rotate it a bit like that. Yeah. And I think that works. So I think what we'll do is we'll also do that on the opposite side, and then rotate that, and then we'll just have to move these tents, which is also just perfectly fine. So let's move these tents all down to this corner down here, like this. Just make sure that they kind of line up pretty well. Okay. Like that. And then, yeah, let's get these along this wall here, and then let's tuck them in a little further. I think that'll look pretty good. So this is mainly about the aesthetics, but this is to make sure that when, you know, when we go, like, you know, when we go flying in, it's not going to be just completely kind of, I don't know. Like, I think part of the problem with DCS missions generally is that, like, the environments feel like you've just plonked a few units down in a rural location, which I don't think should be correct. So here we are. We've got our little walled outpost here. This is where our lads are going to live. Then I think what we're going to need is we're going to need some kind of like FARP stuff. So I think a few fuel barrels. You know, this is where guys are building up for their big push, right? Like this, like that. Okay. And then let's see. What about we've got some kind of tents here. Tent in green. And what about the desert tents? Okay. And then paste them in. These are pretty chunky, but I think they're okay. And then what we'll do is we'll come up to vehicles here. Where is it? Ground vehicles. Here we are. And then we'll just get some like BTRs or something in. You know, the standard. Or maybe we even go BMPs. I wonder. Well, let's switch it to Turkey. See what they do have in terms of ground vehicles. I mean, BTR 80s seem to make the most sense. And then let's see, they have a desert scheme, which I think works. And then let's just kind of get them lined up around here, like this, like that, there. I think I'll get like 4 of them. And then maybe some tanks. What kind of tanks have they got? They've got locomotives. Do they have leopards? I think they have leopards, don't they? I mean, it would make sense, I guess. And desert. Yes, they do have leopards, because there's a recent conversation about the sale of leopards to a certain Eastern European nation who's currently struggling a little bit. So we'll just get a couple in there, and then what we'll do is we'll just quickly come through and make sure that these are all named correctly. So we know that these tents are all named because they are the first things that we pasted in. Next thing we're going to do is we're just going to come around here and we're just going to rename everything on the walls. So I know it seems like a bit laborious to come through and rename all the walls and stuff, but it's actually pretty useful because, like, if you need to come back and make adjustments to stuff, you can just tab through to these guys, and you can also see if like something is you know, out of place, and you know, and also it means that if you've got multiple sites that you're setting up, you don't really want to have to come back and be like, oh, which site am I at, which site is this, which site is that. You can keep them all kind of you know, all lined up so that they're pretty easy to follow. So let's do like this here, this here, and then we've just got these tents and fuel lads to do. And then I think what we'll do is we'll also quickly just come in and get some covers in, some like canopies and stuff. I think that would be pretty good. So yeah, let's go for structures and then just see if we got like a canopy. That's a bit big. and then I think we've got this lad in here. Okay, I think we can probably get him like this, maybe. And then we'll just delete this fuel thing here. We can have, oh, how did I do that? Copy and paste, and then structures, and then canopy 2. That was it. And then we're at 90, I think, like this, and then 91. There we are. So get that in there, and then just make sure that we also name this to be part of the SA6 site statics group, like that. So let's just hit save there, like this. Hit fly mission, and hit start. Okay, not looking too shabby so far. Let's have a look and see. Okay, we're gonna just hit back and spectators, and then we can. That's F9, so we want to go to F12 here. Okay, we've got a nice little site set up here. I'm probably going to spin that cover around so that it's the other way around. But we've got some stuff going on there that looks pretty good. I think what we'll probably do is get some infantry in there, and then I think we'll be all set to go, because this site looks pretty good. And then we've got the actual SA6 site there next to us. So let's just hit quit, mission editor, and then let's just see if we can get... So I'm going to place down a group here like this, and let's just see. So just going to hit edit, we're going to zoom out, we're going to come over here, and then you can see here, so we've got 03 is our friendly group stuff, and then I think 05, we've got 05 or something, which is, so that's our friendly stuff, that's 01, so 04 should be our enemy stuff, so that's going to be keeping it simple. So we're going to come down to here. We're going to rename this. I'm going to call it 04-SA6 site, like this, and that is all good. And then what we'll do is we'll just go through and make sure that we've named all the units correctly. So you can see we've got unit name. We've got 11 units in here. So if the first unit is our STR radar, like that. Next, what have we got? We've got a launcher. So we've got launcher east, like that. Next we've got launcher west, so let's just do that, launcher west, like that. Next we've got the south launcher, launcher south, like that. And then launcher north, like that. Then we've got one of the refueling trucks. We've got refueling 1, and then we'll do refueling 2, like that. Cool. Then we need so the GPU APA one. I think that is actually a that's actually what kind of thing is that? I don't really know. I think it's some kind. I think it's another truck. We'll just put MISC. Oh, we'll just put truck 1. And then these can be our names for the rearming trucks as well. So then we've got another Ural here. So we'll do truck 2, then we'll do truck 3, and then finally we'll do truck 4. Like that. Cool. So now we've renamed all the units in that group. Next is to come over here, and then we're going to just do 04, and then we're going to do FOB group, like that. And then we're going to come down here to Turkey, and we're going to set it to infantry, like this. And then we can just find... no, they don't have any infantry. So again, I think we're going to have to select Russia, and just go to, like, whichever one of... Oh my god! These infantry soldiers. They're really... Oh, I was going to say. What about... Let's have a quick scan through. Do we like that guy, or do we like this guy? I think we like the last guy the most. It's a shame that we don't have more intricate models. ED, please, please, for the sake of everything, please. Okay. What we'll do then? We'll just come in here, and we're just going to quickly spam out like 20 guys. And these are going to be the guys who are going to be defending this base. just going to drag them all closer together so it's a bit easier to work with. Like this. Like this. In fact, what we'll also do, let's just quickly reduce the number all the way back down to 1. And then let's quickly do fob infantry. Like that. And then I think if you... what we'll do is we'll copy and then just basically as we go, we'll just paste in that as a name so that it's a bit easier to work with. Until we've got 20 lads. Oh, whoops. What have I done there? Oh, pasted in that guy by accident. Yeah, so just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going until we've got 20. Like this here. Okay, and then we've got 20 lads. Cool. So I think it's managed to place a lot of them over one another, which is going to be pretty useful for our needs. So, oh, bear with me. The doorbell's just gone. I'll be right back. Oh, please accept my humble apologies for that. I am now back. Right. So, where were we? We were placing in all these infantry guys. So yes, for our needs, we're going to need to just kind of plonk these guys around in some defensive positions. So, what we'll do, let's just see. So it's going to be interesting trying to pull these lads away. So I think there is only, yeah, there's only one more there. But let's just spread these out a little bit. So let's get the first unit in on the gate, and then get his mate opposite here, like that. And then what we'll do is we'll get a few kind of inside the gate as well. Here we are, like this. Okay. And then we can just kind of get these guys spread around so that it looks like this base is kind of a bit more lived in. We'll get some other guys on the opposite gate as well. Just like this. Right here. And then got these guys, let's situate them by their vehicles here like this. And then let's get set up here like that. Then we'll get a couple of guys just in here like this, here like that. Okay, and then let's just see, get some by these tents, and then let's grab these lads, put these lads right here, and let's grab one of these guys as well. And then let's get one by the tank perhaps, and then this last guy can be in here, and then let's just grab him a friend, and then this guy and this guy like that. Okay, and then let's just make a slight addition as well. So I'm just going to copy this, I'm going to paste it, and then I'm just going to reduce all the numbers all the way down to 1 like that. And then I'm just going to copy the, oh, hang on. Just going to go all the way back to this guy here. Like that. Okay. Let's just make sure that these guys are all named FOB infantry. Okay, they are all named FOB infantry. Very good. Okay. This guy can be FOB infantry as well, and this is FOB group 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set him to, well, first of all, we're going to need a guy with an RPG. And I think that'll do it. So we'll just get a couple of these guys in, like this, just 3 or 4 of them. And we'll just set these guys up, again, in kind of like defensive-y positions. Just like this. Like that. Like this, and like, I guess we'll put him over here as well. Cool. And then that's the first bit here. So just gonna make sure that all of these guys are also called FOB infantry, like this. Oh, whoopsie. I guess what we should also do is call them like FOB infantry and then like rocket, like that. because I think that that is more accurate to them. So okay, let's just quickly have a look through here. Okay, that's worked there. And then we're just going to go right to the end and we're just going to add like 2 more. So let's select these guys, see who they are. So this lad and this lad over here. And then these guys are going to be Fob Infantry, and then they're going to be Sam. Or let's do Manpad, because I think we should have some manpads. I think it would probably be extremely irresponsible of some force to be set up here with only long range stuff. They would probably want some kind of manpads set up. So we can then quickly switch this guy to air defense. Come down here and find the let's do the just standard Eaglet 1 as opposed to the Eaglet S, and then likewise air defense, and then this one's going to be the command unit for the Eaglet Grouse. Here we are, like this. There we go. So if we hit save now, the last thing we'll do, if we just make sure that we remember, is to flip this over like that, so that it's not facing the wrong way. Then we're just going to hit flight, and then we just pretty much have to set up the actual information for this mission. You know, set up the weather, set up, you know, all the other kind of interesting bits. So let's just hit F10 over here, hit F7. Oh my god, these lads. That's not intended, but yeah, I mean, hey, look, this doesn't look too bad, right? We've kind of got a, you know, a good looking base over here. You know, it looks kind of like you've got a few people. You know, you could conceivably see that they would be set up ready to fight something if something was to go on. Now, I want to move on then to the next bit. So we're just going to hit quit like that. Back to the mission editor. We'll just quickly move these lads so they're not standing on the roof, because I think that'd be a good move. And then next then. So obviously we've got this SA6 site, and this is great. This is exactly what we want. But first things first, I'm going to hit late activation on them. And then I'm also going to come over to our groups here, not the static, sorry, the infantry. I'm going to do late activation on these, and I'm going to do late activation on these, because now we're going to work on our atmospherics. So we're just going to hit save, and then we're just going to come out here, and we're going to grab something else. So what are we going to grab? I think it's only fair that we grab the GR4s, and I think we're going to reduce it down to a flight of 2. And then we're just going to fly on over here, and then basically we're just going to set up like a test thing. So you can see the so this is the radar envelope here, and then this is the WEZ, so the weapon engagement zone for the SA6. So it's pretty far, and you can see that's obviously the main reason why I'm cutting it down now. You see, we've got the tornadoes, the GR4s, and what we're going to do is we're going to go for guided bombs like these, so the GBUs. We want them to fly overhead and hit these, hit some bridges, basically. That's the goal. So these lads have their own target, so we're just going to hit a waypoint here as their in point, and then what we'll do is we'll just have them like out here, I think, and then basically we're gonna just come into the advanced waypoints here, and we're gonna do bombing, and then we're gonna do guided. Where are we looking? Guided bombs, or just, yeah, let's go guided bombs just to be sure. Here we are. And then release quantities 1, attack quantities 1, and then we can leave the rest of that there. I think that'll be fine. And then basically this is going to be bridge 1, like that. And so we're just going to need to grab the little triangle that's created itself over here to the left. We're going to drag this up, and then we're going to drag it basically onto this bridge. So now all we're going to do basically is we're just going to like, you know, going to fly. We're going to basically test out that these tornadoes are going to drop their bombs on these bridges. So the idea will be is that we've got the Apaches coming in. They're going to knock out the SA6 site. They will probably have to knock out the the radar and then the launchers, basically. Let's just see, can we tab through? Here we are. Okay, so let's just hit the time warp on these guys. Let's just warp them right forward. I'm going to want to speed this up later, but yeah, so here they come. And then what's going on here then? Okay, so one of them is split off, which is interesting. I think probably this guy is heading to an airbase to land because he's not got a task as well. But that's okay because we will change that. But yeah, let's just go back over to this guy here. Then, so our bridge should be somewhere beneath us in a second on the other side. So yeah, you can see it there. So just in front of us. Then let's see. Any minute we should see a drop. There we go. And then let's follow this bomb down. Here it goes. And it's tracking. Is that going to be enough to knock out the bridge? Let's have a look and see. If we just hit F10 here. And then can we... Oh, we can't do that, but we can do can do this, I think. So that bridge is well, you know, burning the bridge. I wonder if that will actually destroy it. Maybe we should do a 2-bomb release on it. That might be a bit better. So let's just come back to the mission editor and just do, let's just do a pair. So let's just do 2 like that. And then let's just hit fly again here and give it another test. So testing is a very important part of obviously building a mission. You can pretty well guarantee that if you do kind of have these kinds of missions, that they're going to be you know, you're gonna be having something a little more complicated, a little more awkward to work with. So you're gonna want to make sure that everything works just right. So let's just tab over here. So I think probably the other reason why the second guy's not getting involved is because he's still set up with cluster munitions and not with guided munitions. So you'll probably see him peel away there again, yeah. And then so what we'll do is we'll set this guy to drop from a lot higher, like, you know, 15,000 feet or so. You can see the bombs away there now. Do we have 2? Yes, we do. There we go. Let's switch to the other one so that we can see them both, kind of thing. There we go, and they converge. And has that done it? There's only one way to find out. So let's quickly come over here and zoom out a wee bit. You know, I think at least if the bridge is burning... Ah, there we are, yeah. You can see that the there is in fact a big section of the bridge that is destroyed. That's great. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so we want to have this happen to 2 bridges. And I think the next one is going to be this bridge here. So that's alright. What we'll do is we can come in here and then we can just copy this, clone it, and then we're just going to rename it bridge 2 like that. And then we're just going to come in here and we're just going to drag bridge 2 out like this, and then just put bridge 2 over here. And then we're just going to make sure that that works. So just going to hit save, hit fly, hit start like that, and then hopefully that will work. Okay, just going to hit back in spectators again. Didn't mean to tab over here. I'm just going to tab over to our jets once more. Ah, yes, hang on. I just remembered. Just exactly what we were saying was that the tornadoes, not both, only one of them is set up with the right weaponry. So we need to make sure that these both are set up with the right weaponry. Do we have any more? I mean, we could probably get... no, I think we would go with the bigger bombs, right? Those are guided penetrators. I think that seems right. £2,000 laser guided penetrator. Yes, please. Let's do exactly that. Okay. Alright, I think that works. Now let's just come to the first waypoint here, and let's just set him to be like 15,000 feet at like 3. Let's go for 400 knots, because I think they'll probably be booking it. And then let's just make sure that we go to our next waypoint and do pretty much the exact same. So 15,000 feet, not 150,000. And then 400 knots, and then just hit save here and fly again. Okay, so we're about 40 minutes in now, and we've pretty well got most of the mission set up. We'll just need to do some last atmospheric bits. We've just got to make sure that these guys do their job properly. So let's just fly all the way over here, like this. Okay. So these lads are pretty well overhead. They're in quite a long trail formation. We'll fix the formation next. But there we are, 2 bombs away. And then let's switch over to the other aircraft. Then we should see the bridge blow up beneath us in a sec. Somewhere. Let's have a look and see. There we are, the bridge is gone. So now we're just going to zip around. Just see, what do they do? They are going to turn back around now. Like this. And then they're going to drop. Okay, that's alright. Then let's just see what happens with these bombs here, like this. Oh, this poor civilian. He's not going to be able to cross in time. Oh, no. Oh, sucks to be him. Okay, alright. So, we've now got our aircraft set up, and they've worked great. So, obviously, now, in the real mission, we would be then having the, we'd be having all the, like, the SA6s engage if they were there or whatever. But that doesn't matter too much to us, because obviously what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to, oh man, that's a big old explosion. That is everything done. So what we'll do is let's start these guys, let's add a couple of waypoints in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them from their first waypoint, just do a bit of wiggling here. I'm going to add a waypoint in like this, and then that will make sure that they're on the same kind of direction and path that they were on before. Then I'm going to select their second waypoint. I'm going to add a waypoint just to come out to sea here, and let's just bring it in like this. And then we're going to add another waypoint here, and it's going to be landing, and we're going to make sure we set that to accuracy. That's fine. So that's got them there. Next thing, we're going to select their first waypoint again. We're just going to add another waypoint just out here, and then we're going to what we're going to do is we're just going to so we're going to select, bring them over here. We're going to do take off from ramp like that, and that seems like a pretty good parking area for us. So now what will happen is, from their first waypoint, they'll fly from Akratiri out over the sea. They'll come over the carrier group here, where we'll set something up in a second, and then once they're done there, they all set up and go to waypoint 2, do the attack on waypoint 3, come back down here on waypoint 4, and then finally land on waypoint 5. But what we want to do is we want to add another waypoint in between 1 and 2, well, where 1 and 2 was, and that will be 2 here. And then, so, number 1, we're going to just come over here, and we're going to need to find one of our aero refueling aircraft. So this is a KC-135. We're going to go with the 135 MPRS. So we're just going to zoom out here, like this. and then we're going to just set these guys flying a box like this. So we're going to just add a waypoint like this, like this, like this, and then we're just going to come to our waypoint actions on waypoint 3 here, and then we're going to do add, we're going to go to performed command, switch waypoint and 0, and that will set the tanker to return to waypoint 0. So now it's flying a nice big box. Obviously you can set them to orbit. The problem is if you set them to orbit they constantly turn. So if you set them to do like this, they will fly a box, and it is, in my opinion, better. What you can even do is you can get them to fly a racetrack by essentially just having 2 waypoints, and on the first and second waypoint you're just repeating the process there. So yeah, we'll have that there, and then basically on waypoint 1 here, we're going to drag this over here like this. These guys are then going to do follow, or I think we'll do follow, so perform task. Let's do follow like that, and then we're going to set the group to be ARW2 for aero refueling 2. Then we're going to do 100, and then 100 here, and then we'll do an interval of like 30 feet. Let's do minus 30 feet. And then we're not going to set a last waypoint because we're going to they're going to follow continuously until we tell them to do otherwise. And then basically what we'll need to do as well is we'll also need to come over here, and we're going to add another waypoint. Oh, sorry, we're going to add another waypoint in just after waypoint what would be waypoint 0. So let's just do add, come over here, and then we're just going to add a task to do refueling like that. And then so they'll come in and they'll refuel on the tanker, and then they'll sit on the tanker's wing until they are needed. And then we'll do it like this, so we can come up to here and then turn away. So let's see. So waypoint 3 is going to be our exfil. So maybe we'll have them hit the tanker one more time and then move on. I see no reason why they shouldn't. And then what we'll do is we'll have them come in and we'll have them like really. Let's see them really go for it on this waypoint, and then we can return them back to 400 on this one. Okay, so let's see how that looks. So what we'll need to do is we'll just need to hit save here and hit fly, and just see how that works. And then if that works, then basically all we have to do is set up the triggers and just get back to our business. So let's just hit F10 here. We'll select our tornadoes, and then we'll just quickly time warp so that they can get going. So let's see. So after 2 minutes, give or take, they're taxiing, getting ready to go, which is all well and good. Okay. So they taxi out, and then they take off. There we are. Again, all good. And then again, we'll need to fix their formation in a second as well, because they're currently in a pretty long formation. But this has them flying all the way out to here, and then hopefully they'll gain all the altitude necessary to join this tanker lad. So I think the tanker is only going to be about 6,000 feet, but we can come and change that as well. So let's see. So the tanker's out in front of them. Here we are. So let's see. They're really struggling, aren't they, to catch up with this guy? Okay. This should hopefully be working now. So they'll now come off the wing here. And we'll reduce the time warp a little bit so that we can enjoy this moment a little longer. So, and then his mate should be coming in and joining the stack as well. Let's see. Okay, I think maybe they didn't actually need to hit the tanker, which is probably why they're just forming up at the moment. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll just leave them there for the second, so that's fine. What we'll do, we'll come through and delete all these guys now, because we don't really need these. We're not going to need them for this mission. So that'll be alright. That's all good. And then, again, these are the groups and things, which we're not going to need. We're not going to need these lads either. So yeah, what we'll do, let's just quickly delete that one. You can just come straight in here and do follow. And what we'll do as well is we'll just come back to our first waypoint formation. We're not going to do trail. We're going to come in here and we're going to change this to group close. And we're going to do like an echelon right, I think, like that. I think that'll be a nice tight formation for them to fly in. And then basically we can put them on a more kind of combat spread when they leave out by here. So task, and then we'll just set their option here, formation, and then we'll do line abreast, but we'll do like close, or shall we do echelon right and we'll do open or close? Let's do close. That's a bit of a bigger gap there. I think that's okay. So what we'll do next then, because you kind of know that works, is let's just set up a new trigger here. And the trigger is going to be for the bombing to kind of take place. So let's say bombing trigger like this. And then we're going to just do let's see. I wonder if we should do flag equals. Let's just, for the moment, we'll just do a test. We'll do time more. 600 gives us 10 minutes. So we're going to multiply that. So 1200 will give us 20 minutes. And then 1800 will give us 30 minutes, right? If I'm not correct. Should be about right. Yeah, that should be okay. Then new, we're going to do task push. Well, what we'll do is we'll just quickly do script there for the second. And then we'll come over to these guys and we're just going to come into our triggered actions. We're going to do perform command, switch waypoint, and then we're going to do switch waypoint to 2, like that. And then by switching the waypoint to 2, it will then cause them to move on. So this will be start, attack, run, like that. And I think that'll be good there. So we'll just do save like that. And then we will just check out. So yeah, we'll check out our triggers again here. Sorry. And then we'll go do bombing triggers. We'll change this up to task push. And then we're going to do, let's see, attack run. Here we are. Like that. So now after 30 minutes, they'll start their attack run. So what we'll do, we'll just quickly do another test of this. So again, this is the kind of stuff that we're going to do in the mission is, fly in, destroy the SO6s, then we're going to send a message across the, across the airwaves to our tornadoes up in the sky, and then once we've done that, they will then run in and do their attack. So we're just going to warp through here, let them do their takeoff, etc. So this will just take a minute. Okay. Alright, so we're 10 minutes in now. They're going to come in, they're going to chase this tanker for quite a bit. Let's have a look, see. Are they going to hit the tanker this time? Oh, they might actually hit the tanker, yeah. They're in a nice tight formation. Okay. So these guys I think are just formed up really for the moment. And then I think we should increase the size of this box. Because I think these guys are struggling to actually get behind this tanker. And the tanker might be booking it. Yeah, he's doing these annoying snap turns. But anyway, in a couple of seconds, so we've got 28, 29, and then 30. So these guys will now break away, which they are doing. They're going to come over here to their second waypoint. And then once they're at their second waypoint, they're going to book it right up to, I think, 600 knots or something like that. And then come in on their attack run. Oh no, they're doing the tanker first. Right, yes, of course. I forgot. What we'll do, let's take the tanker off like that. So let's start by adjusting the tanker. So let's bring him up to 15,000 feet as well. And then let's bring him down to 350 on his cruising speed. So then he'll be a lot slower on the rest of his things. So 350 and then 15,000 and then next waypoint, and we'll do 350 and then we'll do 15,000 like that, and then we'll do 350. Oh no, it's 305, so 350 and then 15,000, and then I think that's the last one. It is, yeah. And then the next thing that we'll do as well is we're just going to extend this guy's box out so that it's a bit bigger, like this. And then we'll just move these guys so that they're coming in here like this, and then that should be all good there, and then we'll just adjust that. I think that should probably do it, so we'll just hit save here, we'll just hit fly and hit start. Okay. Alright, okay, so I'm just going to hit back, spectators, and then again we're going to warp through, and once again we've got quite a little bit of waiting to do to wait for them to pass 30 minutes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 minutes in. Okay, so these guys are currently, let's see what these guys are doing at the moment. So I think they're going to try and form up on this tanker now. I can't see him. What are you doing? Ah, yes. You can see him there. They're giving a hefty chase. But yeah, in a minute, they're going to just go hit their waypoint anyway, which is that one. And then I think it's going to force them to do the tanker again, which we'll then just have to adjust. Or is it not? Yeah, it is. That's alright though. It's just endless testing. Testing. We're just going to make sure that it all comes out right. So refueling, we'll remove that. We'll just hit save here, and then we'll hit fly. And then, yeah, so they'll have been chasing this guy around for quite a bit before they come and do the attack. But then obviously in the real mission, we're not going to have them flying around for like, you know, half an hour. They might be flying for longer because we've got the startup time for the aircraft, obviously for the Apache. We've got the takeoff, the flight, the actual attack. Then we've got to obviously account for, you know, me and Frenchie being smart enough to actually do the stuff involved to call the radar or whatever of the extra planes in to do the stuff. So these lads, what are they doing? They're really not very good at this, are they? So, well, anyway, we'll warp ahead because it doesn't really matter what these guys are doing. They're still doing exactly what we want them to do, which is kind of staying out of the combat zone until instructed otherwise. So this is alright, and then they get to about 30 minutes, at which point they're going to split off anyway, so they're going to do an immediate kind of 180 here, turn in, they get to waypoint 2, they get to the attack waypoint here. And then this has them, doesn't have them going quite as fast as I'd like. I think that we've got to change that on the attack waypoint. There you are, so underneath us somewhere here, we'll be seeing a bomb go off any second. Let's have a look. There we go. So there go the bombs, and then these guys are going to break away and do their next attack run. So just hit F2 again. And this is the lad that's going to be turning in and doing his run here. Okay, and then he's bombs away, and then he's going to fly off home for tea and medals. There we are. So I think that's okay. That's pretty good. And then basically we're just going to warp through time and make sure that these guys follow the right waypoints to get home. Which I think is about what they're doing here, I'm sure. I'm sure this action is very indicative of someone coming into land at their home base. You know, this is exactly what you would expect these jets to be doing. This is funny. I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Oh, it looks like they're hitting the tanker again. Oh yeah, they're hitting the tanker post mission. So they come for some sweet sip, which is all good. Okay, and then you can see here that the next ladder's coming in. And that's alright. Oh, sugar. Did he just take his mate out? Oh no, they just passed through one another, which is interesting. Okay. Anyway, now these guys will have had their fuel, which is pretty cool. They will then want to split away and go home. Oh no, yeah, there we are. So we'll just hit F2 again and then just keep it coming over here. Now what are they doing? Are they seriously flying all the way to Syria? They are! Come back, you cowards, and fight! That's interesting. Don't know why they've done that. What are you guys doing? Let's just keep warping until we see where they're going. They must be flying out to like one of these air bases somewhere. Or if they just erroneously flown all the way to Syria. They've erroneously flown all the way to Syria. Nice. Well look, let's at least make sure that they land, because at the end of the day, like I say, as long as they do their mission, I don't really care what they do. So let's have a look here and see. Here they come. Alright. Come on, lads. Keep on warping. Don't tell me you need another sip from that bloody tanker. Okay, and then they should come in for a nice, awesome formation landing at Akrotiri. Well, the gear's out, so that's a good sign. Here they come. And there we go. Touchdown. Mission complete. Very nice. So, apart from that weird erroneous bit where they fly to Syria, not too shabby. Let's just quickly check and see. Do they have any... I really don't think there's any reason why they should have flown all the way there, but, I mean, sure. Whatever the hell they want to do. So I'm just going to hit save here. And that's locked in all of the stuff that we've done so far. Next, what we'll do is we're just going to re-enable these groups. So we're going to just untick late activation here, untick late activation here, and untick late activation here, like that, and that means we've got our enemies loaded in, and that's all good. And then we're just going to come over here to our Apache group, and then we're just going to add in some waypoints. So we're going to add in waypoint 1, we'll bring it down here, and we'll add in waypoint 2, and that'll be our endpoint. And then finally we'll add in waypoint 3, and it'll be just right in the middle of that group, so that we've got something to kind of roughly target. And I think that'll be good there. So that's pretty much the Apache stuff done. This is the benefit of having a template set up. What we'll do, we'll also delete this lad here, and then what we'll do is we're just going to quickly hit save again here, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to just do hidden on map and hidden on planner, and then we're just going to come through and we're going to do this to all of our infantry groups as well, hidden on map and planner, hidden on map and planner, and that's all good. And then next we're just going to come through hidden on planner like there, and hidden, and we're just going to keep going through like this all the way through like this, and this will bring us into the zone where we are kind of ready to launch the mission in terms of actually flying it. But we're just like I say, we're just cleaning this all up now, because this is kind of to make sure that the players aren't going to see exactly what's going on when they load in for their brief. So let's just come in on here like this, just across the board. Just gonna do all of these lads here, like that here as well. Okay. Cool. Alright. Just got the last few bits here to tidy up. Which is all good. Ooh, make sure not to adjust that too much. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. And like that. Cool. So now that's all hidden away. So that means that our stuff is pretty much done. We've just got to do our briefing, and we can get rid of these lads here as well, because we're not going to use these guys. We just need to do our briefing, and then we're pretty much done. We can get rid of these guys because they're not going to be a part of this campaign. I'm just going to hit save. So quickly come over to our mission brief. We'll just say Turkish military units are attacking forces across Cyprus. Your mission is to destroy an SA-6 surface-to-air missile site situated. Let's see, whereabouts is it? Near the town of Nisu, across the river from a town called Dali, in a village called Nisu. If the Turkish military cross this river at this point, there is a significant possibility that all of Cyprus could fall within a number of days. Once you have taken out the SAM site, you will call the GR4s, and they will destroy the bridges in the town. Good luck. Not good luck. Good luck. And then we're just going to copy the little squiggly markings that we have for some of these other ones. Just going to come in here like this and paste that in, and then that's our information. So operation, and then I'll come up with a name later, and that's all there. And then blue task, and then that's just destroy SA6 SAM site, and then destroy bridges over Dali River, like that. Cool. And that should pretty much do that. Now the last thing that we need to do obviously is we need to just quickly add in something for our bombing guys. So these guys, we don't want to have it done after a timer, because obviously we might not get there in time, or we might not be done by the time that these guys run in on their attacks. So instead we're going to set flag is true, and then we're going to set the flag to be 14, because I like the number 14. And then we're just going to set up a new trigger here, and it's just going to be on start. So mission on start, like that. And then again we can do on start if we want to, but you know, it doesn't matter too much. But yeah, no event. And then what we'll do is we'll do time more. In fact, we can actually just do on start here, and then delete the criteria, and then add a action in, and the action will just be radio item add. So for coalition, for blue, and then it's going to be call tornadoes, like that. And then we're just going to set the flag to be 14, like that, as we say. So basically the bombing trigger there on the activation of flag 14 will push the attack, and this thing is going to add a radio item which will call the tornadoes in and activate flag 14. And then what we'll do, we'll just also add in another action here, which is going to be it's just going to be message. So we're going to do message to coalition blue. I'm going to say roger that, rolling in now, and then we'll do that, and we'll just do start delay of 10 seconds, and that will just make sure that this activates after 10 seconds of waiting. And then we'll have let's see here. So in fact what we'll do is we'll also then clone that, and then we'll just say this is, and then we need to put the unit name in there. Mission is a go, SAM site is clear. And then we can do start delay of 0, like that, and then just move that up in the load order, like that. And then we'll just hit save here. So just going to quickly come down here, grab the whatever the unit name is. So this is bootleg 3.1. Cool. So let's just come back to our triggers here. So this is bootleg 3.1. 3.1. Mission is go. SAM site is clear. And then roger that, rolling in now. And then bootleg 3.1. And then what are these guys called? These guys are Ford 4.1. Oh, I don't mean to tab out. That's not my goal. Ford 4.1. Bootleg 3.1. Roger that, rolling it now. Okay, and then we're just kind of so bootleg 3.1, Ford 4.1, 4-1. Mission is a go. SAM site is clear. And then, okay, that's just like our comms setup. So basically now, if I just hit save here, then what'll show you is we'll just hit fly. I hit start here like this, and then we'll load on in. Just gonna wait for this to come up, and then when we load on in here, we're just gonna select the Apache like this, and that'll be all good. So just gonna wait for the actual helicopter to load in. Come on, lads, you can do this. Here we are. I'm gonna hit fly here, and then the funny thing is, I've not actually ever sat in the front seat of this. But yeah, basically, here we are. So we're just gonna hit the radio menu here, and then so you can see there's nothing here at the moment, and so that's because we need to just adjust our triggers. So let's just do mission editor again here, and then let's just do instead of on mission start, let's just do no event, and then we'll do time more, just because I prefer time more. Just set it to 1, and then hit save here, and then hit fly mission. And then I think what we'll do is we'll give them like 5 minutes to get in the air, and then we'll add the radio option. So yeah, we'll just wait 2 seconds here for this guy to load in. Just take a moment. Alright then, fly here, and then so you can see we've got an other menu now. We've got call tornadoes. So if we just warp time ahead to be, you know, kind of like, let's do this. So it's gonna, these guys are gonna hopefully take off very shortly, very quickly, pretty promptly. Come on, lads, you can do it. Okay, come on through. This guy's gonna take off. Okay, and then that's realistically all we need to wait for. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go to our radio menu, do other, and then do call tornadoes. And it says bootleg 3-1, forward 4-1, mission is a go, SAM site is clear. You can see these guys are turning now, and then in a couple of seconds, once we're pretty sure that they've done that, and then we've got forward 4-1, bootleg 3-1, roger that, rolling it now. And then basically we're just going to warp, and you'll see these guys are going to just roll straight in for their attack pretty much. So here we go. Like this. And then you can see that they're going to immediately be facing SAM site missiles, which obviously, you know, if this was the case, the mission would be a fail, because you know, we've not got rid of the SAM site as intended. But yeah, let's just see these guys. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. A few more. Oh, another narrow miss. God, the chaffing constantly is working. Oh, nearly. Okay, so now they're inside the minimum engagement distance. But in a second, they're going to be on the flip side. The bridge 1 is destroyed. I mean, in theory, these guys might even be able to actually do the whole attack without the need for the you know, the stuff to be destroyed. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what the other lad does. Is he gonna get shot at? Only time will tell. Oh, another missile's going up. Is it gonna hit him? No, it's another miss. Another one goes up. And another miss, seemingly. These bombs go up. Man, they really are very intent on trying to get this guy. I can't tell how he's doing. He's doing okay. Shockingly, they seem to have done it. Bombs have hit. It's all good. SAM site is pretty well useless, but yeah. Either way, the idea is it doesn't matter whether or not these guys, whether we have used the Apaches to take out the SAM site. Hopefully, these guys should be able to do it on their own. But we will. Let's see. Did they actually score any hits? Okay, I launched the GBU-27s. Any hits? No. No hits. No hits. Wild. They launched so many Cub missiles. Wild. But yeah, so what we can do then, we can go back to the mission editor here, and we're pretty well done. So just to recap what we've done in the mission now, we've got a set of units out here. This is the surface-to-air missile site. They're set up looking to take out anyone that might be flying over this area. And the Apache is going to be flying overhead, coming in and attacking this SAM site, taking it out, making sure that the tornadoes can come in and do their attack. In the meantime, the tornadoes will have taken off. They will be flying around. They'll be following the refueling aircraft overhead over here, and then they'll be coming in. They'll be dropping some bombs on the rivers, and then they'll be going back home for tea and medals. Then obviously the Apaches will also have been heading home, not before they might well have been getting into some deep and dirty action with some infantry and some vehicles over here if they've still got the munitions left over, and then once again it is back home for some tea and some medals, and then hoping that the war blows over by Christmas, etc. You know the drill. So yeah, that is the mission. I will do a little more tidying just to make it a bit nicer if anyone wants to actually try it in the future. But of course, pretty much for the most part, it is done. I have been Finn, or yet another gaming fail. It's been wonderful to be here for you guys again. I do hope that you all have a lovely day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.